Hey, Donna Hetzler here. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday with the New Dawn Realty team. We are so excited to bring you the latest information in the real estate market because things are changing ever so quickly. So I've got my girl, Janessa Turbis, with me today. Hey, Janessa. And we've got Brian, and he's with us today from Highland Mortgage. And so we've got lots of information. I actually have some notes, see, so I feel like I've got my notes like I'm reporting from the desk. I also have the New Dawn Realty logo behind me, so I've gotten a lot of feedback from that just everybody loves the new design. So thank you for your input, and then thank you for sharing these videos and telling your friends and family about them. It's just been so exciting to get the word out and for you to come alongside us and support us. So super excited. And we do a drawing every single month. So the first Wednesday of every month, for those who are doing the most comments and shares, if you missed last week, go back and look. And we did an actual drawing with a wheel, and our Janessa, who is so like talented and techie, actually got to do the share screen and had the wheel going and spinning. And we got to do a live I felt like we were on Wheel of Fortune, didn't you? Like up, 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 up. And the winner is Tara. So Tara won last week, and she got a gift card to Texas Roadhouse in Parker, and that has gone out. So congratulations, Tara, for that. So keep commenting, keep sharing, and you will be entered into the drawing. We're keeping track of names. So thanks for participating with us. Okay, so the big news right now is where housing inventories are falling fastest. Boy, we are short on inventory. And Denise is not with us today. She is out showing property, and her and I had a conversation about where are all the homes, like there's not a lot out there right now. I was showing property yesterday, and I only got to show 2 because it's very limited. And so from realtor.com, new listings are down nearly 45% in April compared to March. So we've really dropped. In my newsletter, I'll be putting all the stats and different states and what they're reporting. But right now, the housing market, already starved for new listings prior to the pandemic, now faces an even tighter supply. The Northeast saw the largest drop in new listings, down 59.4% in April. The Midwest saw a 49.5% drop, while the West posted 44.1 decrease and the South 31.4. And so I'll be sharing that list of the different states, and Colorado was 10th. It was in the top 10 for being very short on inventory. And we were down 23.7 active listings year to date. So if you are thinking about getting on the market, now is the time. What I'm telling my clients is there is this pent-up demand of buyers. Everybody's wanting to get out. And I feel like this wave is starting to hit now of buyers coming out and ready to purchase. And so you want to be on that wave if you are a seller. You want to get on the market so you can hit that big wave, which we talk about. Springtime is usually our time where we're busiest, but our March and April kind of got snagged and sidetracked. And so now we're starting to see that happen and come together. So if you are a seller, let's talk, let's get on the market. If you are a buyer, same thing. Get out there before the wave and the rush, and multiple offers. I'm already seeing multiple offers in my listings. My own fixed flip, I had multiple offers, sold $25,000 over list price. So yay, and it's closed. So very excited about that. So short inventory, get going if you have been on the sidelines and waiting. I want to give you some encouragement, as I always do. So this is a piece that I got yesterday, an email that says, if a dog were your teacher, and I'm a dog fanatic, and so I've got the 2 Huskies, and so I just highlighted some of my favorites. It's a long post, but it says, if your dog were a teacher, these are some of the lessons you might learn. When loved ones come home, always run to greet them. When you're happy, dance around and wag your entire body. No matter how often you're scolded, don't buy into the guilt and pout. Run right back and make friends. Be loyal. I love that one. Be loyal. Never pretend to be someone you're not or something you're not. What if what you want is buried, dig it up until you find it. When someone's having a bad day, be silent. Sit close by and nuzzle them gently. And isn't that so like a dog? And then I've also got a quote for you, and I'm going to do a second piece of inspiration because, like I said, Denise is not here. She has been talking on the reasons to hire an agent, and it is so important to have somebody represent you. And so she had this blog that she had put out with different posts about why you should have somebody represent you if you're buying in the marketplace. And one of the points I think she was getting to, and I don't want to steal her thunder or be a spoiler alert, but one of her points she'll be sharing is about negotiation, and having a negotiation expert is huge. So not just the price, which is a big deal, like when we find the house, negotiate the price and get under contract, but there are a lot of negotiations that go on through the process, including like home inspection items and being able to negotiate well, whether that's for a seller or buyer, depending on who we're representing. So find a realtor and get out there and get shopping or get on the market, and make sure that they are good in negotiations like the New Dawn Realty team is. We specialize in that. So that's Denise's plug since she's not with us, and out showing property. And then I'll do a quote for her as well. And this one is by Brandon Jean. It is how we face uncertainty in our lives that leads to great transformation of our souls. So there you go. I hope you're inspired today. And I'm going to kick it over to Janessa.
Hey everyone. So I just wanted to kind of touch on, kind of go back to everything that's going on with the virus and everything, and where we are with our role in real estate and just real estate in general. So I listened to an interview this week by Lawrence Yun, who is our the National Association of Realtors chief economist. And you know, he's looking at the stats every day, all the data. The thing is, there is so much information out there that's not necessarily true. Different media sites get different information coming in and, you know, twist it their own way or tell their interpretation of it. So what I've been really trying to do lately is go to the source and figure out what those real facts are. I mean, there's been people out there giving advice on real estate that have never worked in the business. So go to the source, get your facts right. I mean, the truth is, yes, because of this pause button that has been put on our country's economy because of this virus, there has been a decrease in sales going on in real estate. But the thing is, real estate is still a very stable market, even though our economy has been put on pause. It's been way more stable than like the stock market this time and stuff like that. So if you're buying or selling, thinking about buying, it is still a really good investment to make. It's always a good investment to make. Money is cheap right now. Mortgage rates are low, so it's a good time to buy. Sellers, the prices are still high. Like Donna was just saying, inventory is low, so you're still getting a good value for your home. And so it's an excellent time to sell. It's still a good time for everybody in the market. And even with this pause of a few months, which you think, I mean, we're at what, going into 3 months of this, Lawrence Yun predicts that really we're only going to have a 10% decrease in sales from last year, which sounds like a lot, but considering how much we've put a pause on our economy right now, that's not too bad. And coming into summer and fall, normally spring is our busy time, but we're just kind of pushing it forward a little bit. The wave is coming, like Donna said, so make sure if you've been thinking about buying or selling, let us know. If you have any other questions about real estate and what's going on, let us know too. I know we push like, hey, it's a good time to buy, it's a good time to sell. But if you have any other questions regarding the market or, well, I'm thinking about possibly renovating. I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe I'll just move. I mean, if you're having these internal conversations and want a professional's opinion, reach out to us. So in your comments, let us know what you want to hear. We are here to answer your questions on these Wednesday meetings. So engage, share, comment, let us know what we can do to help you. We are here to protect you, make sure that we are entering back into this market safely, with you in mind, and also to help you with your seller purchase. So yeah, just let us know how we can help you. We're here for you. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brian to give you more information on the mortgage side.
Thanks, you guys, Donna and Janessa. Actually, those were really, really good spots. I liked a lot what you had to say there. So
Thank you.
there is a lot of chatter out there on this recovery. I'll segue a little bit from what Janessa was saying. And they're using a multitude of different letters. Is it going to be a V recovery? Is it going to be a U recovery? Is it going to be, here's the new one, a W. So are we gonna, now that we've had this down, are we gonna get a little bit of it up, a little bit of it down, and then shoot back up again? So obviously you're gonna have a lot of different opinions on how this recovery is going to take place. I would say to most people, the good news is we are going to get a recovery, and we're going to head in the right direction. I still think being here in Colorado, I think we're pretty lucky with what we are going to have based upon how many people actually want to be here. So I believe the Colorado market will be poised to recover maybe a little bit faster than some of the other states around the union. So with that, let's get into the state of the union and do some mortgage minutes here. We'll talk a little bit about what's happening with the government, and they are talking about now borrowing maybe another $3 trillion. So there is chat, which would then take our debt to $25 trillion. So I would say keep an eye on that. Stay tuned. We'll see how that would affect more or less probably the stock market more than anything. Right now, I'm going to go a little bit on the one side, a little bit more of the not so positive news. We're going to talk about job losses, and they're talking right now that we've got 20.2 million job losses. Let's kind of break down. I want to drill down, and that was from last month. Let's talk about more or less where some of these losses are coming from, and dig a little bit deeper into the numbers. The service industry is the one that's been hit the hardest. That right now is at 16 million in losses. The producers of goods, so manufacturing, that's 4.3 million. Big business, which would be 500 employees and up, is at 9 million. Medium-sized companies, so 50 to 499 employees, that's at 5.2 million. And small companies, so less than 50 employees, that's at 6 million. So when you add it all up, it's quite a bit since this whole thing started in March. And as Janessa put it, we entered into this pause. But I do believe we will come out the other side. Things are going to be a little bit different operating. I think as people will intermingle and all that, we'll see how that all shakes out. But I think as long as we're staying on the glasses half full side, that we're all gonna come out better on this thing. Let's talk about a little about mortgages. 7.54% of mortgages are in forbearance currently. So that's up 6.9% from last week. So in terms of numbers, that's about 3.8 million loans that are in forbearance. But the figures are actually for people that apply for forbearance, it is slowing. On the good news is, especially talking about inventory, now this is more on a national level, not on a Colorado level, but home prices rose 1.3% in March. Well, that's up 4.5% from this time last year. So that's actually good news. I know we just kind of talked about the not so good news, but that's some good news. Here was some other stuff that was a little bit amazing. Purchase applications are up 6%. The third week in a row, purchase applications have been up. And I think that ties into, once again, what Janessa was saying, which is rates are low. Rates are still at historical lows. The Fed has done a fantastic job of buying those mortgage-backed securities. And after we got through the erratic phase of basically March 6th through about let's just say the end of March, and the Fed jumped in. They have stabilized it. And at one point or another, I think I'm going to talk with everybody to see if I can do some screen sharing to show you a screenshot of the market. But for the last 3 weeks, it's literally, if you do a graph, it's very, very flat. So that basically means rates haven't gone up, rates haven't gone down. They've really held true to where they are, which is allowing a lot of mortgage lending out there to get through the pipelines that built up and get through a lot of these loans that were ready to close. So that is definitely a good thing. Rates are 1% lower than they were at this time last year. So we are definitely, we're down here in the low threes, high twos, depending upon, what kind of term we're talking about. They are really, really low. It's a great time to buy. I was talking with the team here, and we were talking about credit scores, and one of the things that's different out there, especially on the mortgage side, and what may differentiate one company from another. The minimum credit score for a loan was 620. Well, since this pandemic and this pause again, some lenders have actually raised their minimum scores. I would say the majority of companies have jumped up to 660 as the minimum threshold to even do a loan. Some jump to 680. There are a few that I've heard that even jumped to 700. I will tell you, here at Highlands, we did jump, but we jumped from the 620 threshold to 640, and which is a good thing. That makes us a little bit more accessible to be able to help out, hopefully, more families. I actually have one in particular that got turned down by 2 other companies, and it actually ended up falling in my lap due to the fact of the credit score issue. So we're able to get somebody taken care of rather than them having to say, well, it's 4th down, time to punt, and then they don't even get the house. So just be wary out there with who's out there to help you, and make sure they have full access to all the products and services that are going to help you get into that first home, second home move up, or that move down home. So with that, we're all here to help you and guide you through this time, whether it's now or in the future. So thanks again for listening, and I appreciate all you guys' time.
Hey, I got a question. Can I raise my hand, Janessa? I'm trying to. I know Janessa usually, she runs this for us, so she's usually finishing up. But I have a question for you, Brian, in the sense that, first of all, if any of our clients have info about foreclosures, or if you're in forbearance and you need information, Denise and Janessa and I are here for you to talk about, okay, what is that process? But also Brian's here if you need some information on the loan side, like what does this mean, and what can I do? We're all a team here, and so maybe Brian, you can tell them, our listeners, how to get in touch with you. If you're on Facebook with me, you can see that Brian is one of my friends. You can also text me, call me, email me, and I'll get you Brian's information. But Brian, do you want to just share your information with the listeners? And then also, I do want to comment, I love the whole goatee gruff thing going on right now with you. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Do you really?
Look, and I like it. Yes.
It's fun. I had a friend of mine that asked me to do that, and it's kind of stuck. But I don't know. I can tell you what my mother likes, and I know my mother prefers that clean shaven face. And this is normally a look of, when I go on vacation, this is how I come back from Lake Powell.
Right. Yeah.
Pretty typically like this, and then it comes straight off. So this is a little different for me, especially since it doesn't really grow in on the sides, but it is what it is.
It's a good look on you. I like it.
Thank you. Well, I would say the best way is obviously cell phone, and I can rattle that off real quick, and it's because it's pretty simple, and that's 303-915-7755. So pretty easy, and I'll call or text, and we can kind of connect from there. But yeah, if you want, if anybody wants to go through you, Donna, and then kind of connect that way, that'd be great. Maybe there's a way that we can, I don't know, can we post our information on here somehow, where it's listed, where we got our names, phone numbers, and emails.
Yeah, I'll try and post all of our contact information for everybody.
Okay.
We have room on this video because there's only 3 of us today. So I'll try and get it in an edit and put our information out there for everyone.
Okay.
Awesome.
And if you've noticed, I've tried like different locations in the house on this thing too. So I'm trying. You got your virtual backdrop, which is I think is phenomenal. But I'm like, well, I want to try different backgrounds by moving around.
I like the arches in the back too. I feel like it's very European, and I mean, the only thing about the virtual background is I'm a hand talker, and you can probably see like my hands go in and out, and it's kind of creepy. So I don't know about this virtual background. Maybe I'll try just the office background.
It makes you look a little magical.
Yes. Come by at New Dawn Realty. We'll make it very easy for you.
Yeah.
Okay, we digress, guys. Janessa, you take it over.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in today. Again, share, engage, comment, let us know your questions. What do you want us to cover? How can we help you guys throughout this process and moving into out of this pause in a healthy, safe way? So we will be in touch next Wednesday. Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.